All I am fighting for every day is to make up for the time I have lost. Use your time wisely. The irony of life is that those who wear masks often tell us more truths than those with open faces. Anyone who doesn't take truth seriously in small matters cannot be trusted in large ones either. It is not that I am mad, it is only that my head is different from yours. Memory can make a thing seem to have been much more than it was. When the going gets weird, the weird turn professional. If what he said was the truth, it broke her heart. If what he said was a lie, it was broken anyway. When I explored my deeper mind, I could understand that my life is only an illusion, an apparent reality. Recognizing power in another does not diminish your own. Serious thinkers are few, and the world is ruled by crude ideas. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. There is strange comfort in knowing that no matter what happens today, the sun will rise again tomorrow. I had forgotten how much light there is in the world till you gave it back to me. Success is something you experience when you act accordingly. Success is not something you have, it's something you do. Never worry a bit in life. Always be full of merriment. To care about your outward appearance is important, but what's more important is to have a beautiful soul. You always know the truth, because when you cut yourself or someone else with it, there's always a bloody show. Everything is relative in this world, where change alone endures. To see me does not necessarily mean to see my face. To understand my thoughts is to have seen me. We may be small, and we may be young, but we will shake the world for our beliefs. When you choose one way out of many, all the ways you don't take are snuffed out like candles, as if they'd never existed. Life was meant to be lived, and curiosity must be kept alive. One must never, for whatever reason, turn his back on life. I ask not for any crown but that which all may win, nor try to conquer any world except the one within. All men who have achieved great things have been great dreamers. I think that if the world were a bit more like Comic-Con, it would be a better place. Some things in life are too complicated to explain in any language. The best way to have a good idea is to have a lot of ideas. Life was not longer something to endure, but to live. For I have trained myself, and am training myself always to be able to dance lightly in the service of thought. I have always thought that all philosophical debates are ultimately between the partisans of structure and the partisans of goo. Identifying your core values and goals is an incredibly important step on the road to achieving success. I like people who refuse to speak until they are ready to speak. We can see when others are trying to destroy us, but we choose to let karma deal with them accordingly. Some beautiful paths can't be discovered without getting lost. The truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. If I work hard enough, there will be things I can do tomorrow that I can't do today. The calling of an author is more than just to entertain, but also to share one's experiences with the world. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life, but define yourself. There are two primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they exist, or accept the responsibility for changing them. Grief, no matter how you try to cater to its wail, has a way of fading away. Each of us is shaped by the truth of our natures. Vaughn de Silver. I have learned now that while those who speak about one's miseries usually hurt, those who keep silence hurt more. Once you had put the pieces back together, even though you may look intact, you were never quite the same as you'd been before the fall. I don't think of all the misery, but of the beauty that still remains. Nobody realizes that some people expend tremendous energy merely to be normal. If the truth considered your feelings, then it must consider the feelings of all living creatures. Peter Ojo. In the face of adversity, we have a choice. We can be bitter, or we can be better. Those words are my North Star. Whether we like it or not, the one justification for the existence of all religions is death. They need death as much as we need bread to eat. The truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is. If you're making mistakes, it means you're out there doing something. To prepare for the mountains, develop mind, body, will and spirit as strong as a sword, soft as a pillow, and fluid as water. The greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do. Living never wore one so much as the effort not to live. In a very real sense, we have two minds, one that thinks and one that feels. It's not unpatriotic to denounce an injustice committed on our behalf. Perhaps it's the most patriotic thing we can do. What I have achieved by industry and practice, anyone else with tolerable natural gift and ability can also achieve. The storm is what they threw at me. The hurricane is what I became. To burn always with this hard gem-like flame, to maintain this ecstasy, is success in life. We must live together as brothers or perish together as fools. I didn't come here of my own accord, and I can't leave that way. Whoever brought me here will have to take me home. Upon my word, I think the truth is the hardest missile one can be pelted with. Life is a drama full of tragedy and comedy. You should learn to enjoy the comic episodes a little more. When you have eliminated all which is impossible, then whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Trust the story. The storyteller may dissemble and deceive. The story can't. The story can only ever be itself. Satan profits from the prayerlessness of the saints. Life is a dance. Mindfulness is witnessing that dance. Challenge and adversity are meant to help you know who you are. Storms hit your weakness, but unlock your true strength. The man of wisdom is never of two minds. The man of benevolence never worries. The man of courage is never afraid. There is nothing more important than your eternal salvation. My world is about stories that entertain, emotions that move, people you'll remember, literature that matters. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. I care for no man on earth, and no man on earth cares for me. The big lesson in life, baby, is never be scared of anyone or anything. If you appreciate the small things, you're likely to get the big ones. What made me run away was doubtless not so much the fear of settling down, but of settling down permanently in something ugly. To escape fear, you have to go through it, not around. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. The more you believed in yourself, the more you could trust yourself. The more you trust yourself, the less you compare yourself to others. The ideals which have always shone before me and filled me with joy are goodness, beauty, and truth. I can choose either to be a victim of the world or an adventurer in search of treasure. It's all a question of how I view my life. People make mistakes in life through believing too much, but they have a damn dull time if they believe too little. Life must not be a novel that is given to us, but one that is made by us. When all seems to be against you, remember, a ship sometimes has to sail against the current, not with it. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. Swirl into joy today by sharing your caring with the world. Be a pillar of positivity. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. At the heart of nature's mystery lies another mystery. Weißt du, nicht jeder Wort dein Talent sein können, aber das heißt nicht, dass du keins besitzt. Life is a blank canvas, and you need to throw all the paint on it you can. The trouble with fiction, said John Rivers, is that it makes too much sense. Reality never makes sense. When it rains, it pours. Maybe the art of life is to convert tough times to great experiences. We can choose to hate the rain or dance in it. Don't think about the possibilities of failing. Never forget to think about the possibilities of flying. The road to success is paved with determination, not with the footsteps of quitters. Faith is not belief in spite of evidence, but a life in scorn of the consequences. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Have enough courage to start and enough heart to finish. After all, if you run far enough, no one can catch you. There are some experiences in life they haven't invented the right words for. Shock is a merciful condition. It allows you to get through disaster with a necessary distance between you and your feelings. I am nothing more than the consequence of catastrophe.